word mask. You did, right? Mask? Layers?
Layers, mask, yes, definitely there.
So over the timeline, when we are born and as we grow from a child to teenager to a youth and into an adult life, and as we age, over the years we accumulate so many layers of conditioned belief.
That's right.
And conditioning, which kind of takes us away from our true self, our authentic self. At some point we sort of lose our identity, and especially when we are using alcohol and drugs and we mask ourselves because we are in so much pain, that the layers are so thick, and in that thickness it's hard to see anything outside of ourselves. And so this is a process where as we heal, the body heals, we start removing the layers, we start removing the mask. How is that process, or how can one experience this process of healing?
Well, in my work, one of the things that I like to do is to talk about Freedom Mountain and what does that mean for somebody. Everybody wants to go to Freedom Mountain. Everybody wants to find a way to fulfillment and happiness in our relationships with ourselves, but also in our work. So in Ireland, where I come from, there's those three purposes. There's actually those three purposes: with the marriage with self, the marriage with other, and the marriage with our work, are the very things that we need to have our focus on. But given the conditioning, given the challenges, given the trauma, given the very real challenges that I've gone through, I've had to put on masks. I've had to learn to be bow-legged and tough. I've had to, walk, curled up sometimes because I didn't feel strong to stand up into that smile that I came in with, I was too shy to be myself. I was too afraid. From family conditioning, the shame and the guilt and the anger and the fear and the bullying, you add it all up there, layer upon layer upon layer. But in the end, you realize it has to crack. It cracks, and I think that those masks create a certain behavior, we sometimes need addictive substances, literal
Yes.
substances and internal substances of trying to be tough or trying to be powerful with adrenaline, cortisol, whatnot, in order to posture. But life has a way of kind of breaking us down, and the masks come off, and the conditioning starts to, crack and shatter, and you gradually come back to yourself. So I get people to envision what Freedom Mountain is and give them an assessment of where are they on these three marriages with themselves, with others, and with work. And if their numbers are between 1 and 10 are really low, 0 being terrible, 10 being just a fantastic, my relationships are thriving, and my self-care, I'm healthy, I'm vital, I'm joyful. And my work, I feel on purpose, I have lots of meaningful prosperity. If that's a 10, if their numbers are below 5, let's say, then what does Freedom Mountain look like? It looks like those numbers being very, very, up towards 8, 9, 10, let's say. And then in order to get from where they are to where they want to go, they have to then upgrade the vehicle. They need a vehicle to get there. So you need to get yourself a good vehicle if you're going to come out of the addictive and destructive behavior and substances. You need to put mentors around you. You need to put allies around you. You need to create village. You need to start to dial up. Well, I need to get myself this system of body, mind, soul, integrated, holistic, and whole system upgraded to that it's thriving, that our relationship with ourself is thriving. That purpose with ourself is starting to come, the numbers are going up from 5 to 6 to 7, and that spills over into relationships. And then of course, specific and sometimes very intentional work around work, because we all have gifts, we all have certain essential qualities. And so I work with the vehicle to get them to really embody what they feel and see and sense is in their body from the get-go, that started the crack in the first place, that started the symptoms coming, that started the challenges coming into their life. So they can embody the very essential qualities of what it would be like to be on Freedom Mountain, when the joy and the vitality and the meaningful prosperity and intimacy now, as they walk specifically or drive specifically towards Freedom Mountain, and keep dialing up those numbers. And so that just needs to be very strategic and very supportive and very accurate for each individual.